So what is the principle of system approach? So let's look at the principle. So we are saying here that there are some fundamental principles of systems approach, okay, that are presented, but these principles are one. Okay? Principle of wholeness. Principle of wholeness. Okay? So in the systems approach, one of the first principle is the principle of wholeness. Okay? By this theory, we imply that placing emphasis on specific parts of the system, the entire system can be recognized as invisible whole. What happens to other part that affect it? Okay? When we talk about whole, as I was talking, that if it is a big group, so in this principle, we are saying the principle of wholeness, the big thing. You're looking at the problem in a big thing, okay, in a broader picture, and then you are saying, but this problem, how do I solve it? So there is a principle of wholeness. So this principle applies that the emphasis for the whole system, okay, for the whole system, it can be regarded as invisible, or can be regarded as, invisible, something not seen, but you can look at it in view, in your visual, a situation where you look at it in a bigger picture, okay? And these components of the parts of the system, then you analyze that. So the principle of wholeness, this one looks at the wholeness of the system, okay? Then the second principle here, we talk about the principle of systemization. Systemization. And this, from the term systemization, it comes from the system, isn't it? It's a principle of systems, okay? So systemization, meaning that there is a system. So the second principle here is that it recognizes the system as a systemized process. So a system, and then there's a systemized way, or there's a planned program, well planned. There's a system within the system process. Okay? So the principle of systemization believes that planning based on concrete data should proceed action, and that in planning, orderness and sequence should be given attention. So in this systematic, we are saying that the whole concrete information or data that we have, there must be an action that is undertaken. And once we want to undertake that action, then we must have that planning aspect. Even if you want to undertake that, action, but you undertake it in the manner that you have to plan, you do it in the orderly way, and it must be in the sequence. Sequence here, we mean that they are following you step by step. You don't jump another step to another. No, it's a sequence. You're starting from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. That is the sequence. You are following that order. So meaning that that has to be given attention as you are looking at systemization, the principle of systemization. So we have the next principle here. We're talking about the principle of compatibility. Okay? Every system operates within a given system environment. Only when the system functions in a conducive and appropriate environment, one should be able to expect good results. So compatibility, meaning that the system must be compatible with the environment, must be compatible with the environment around it. Okay? Then let's go to the principle of optimization. What is optimization? Optimum. Okay, the fourth principle of optimization, basically this one is the system designed should be able to function in a full capacity to achieve its objective. So meaning that optimization, meaning you're optimizing, you're using the resources carefully. Okay, you're optimum, you're operating optimum, meaning that you are very sensitive in terms of the cost and benefits as you are doing the operation of that particular system. So you are very sensitive to ensure that we operate within the means, and then we adequately utilize the resources correctly. so that, because optimum, you are talking about the not maximum but optimum, where you are mindful of any other costs or events that may affect your system to operate. So the goal of the this one, basically you are looking at we are saying we are applying inputs that will lead to the desired. Okay, so the inputs that you are putting in the system must be optimal. You must be guard them properly, so that as you are putting them in the process, and then you produce results. So to achieve optimum capacity, all units must be seen to be functional. Because the system, if it has to be operating properly or optimum, all the units, even departments, for example, like Ministry of Education, for it to operate properly, it must have all the departments and units must be functional. One or two units failing, then the whole system will collapse, because each system or each unit depends on one another for us to achieve the goals of the unit. For example, for a school program, we set goals. Within the school system, we include, gardener, kitchen staff, teaching. All these, even gardeners in the schools, have a role to play, isn't it? Then the principle, we go to now the principle of variety. Principle of variety. What does the word variety? Variety means wide range or types, of many types of things. Okay? So the fifth principle of the variety basically emphasizes, on the variety as an important element. Okay? So here, when we talk about variety, we're talking about many types or many things. Okay? A system designer, in that case, he recognizes that there are always alternative means of solving a problem. Okay? A designer must look at the most relevant, in that case, the best choice that could systematically be used to solve a given. So we are looking at now different types or many things, and then that can help, okay, that can provide as alternative to solving that particular problem in the education system. Okay? So we look at other types or other, for example, in the education system, we are looking at the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders in the education system? Okay, these are the example where this is applied. In the education system, we have stakeholders. We have the learners themselves. We have the teachers, the educators. Then we have people in administration. If it comes like, for example, if we narrow down to a school situation where we say we have the head teacher, we have teachers, senior teachers, and then you have teachers, and then learners themselves. But within that also we have also administration. Within the administration also we have cleaners, office clerks and everything. So that is how that kind of, So as we get in now to the summary of this unit, we are saying that we defined what is the systems approach. We also talked about about the system, and then we talked about the principles of systems approach, and we went further now to look at how effective a teacher or administrator needs to apply these principles in the school system. So we further went to discuss the principles of systems approach, and we looked at we attempted to look at the system itself and the systems approach. So it's very, very important that you take note of all the definitions, the principles. These are key for this unit, principles, and then the systems approach, the two major parts of the systems approach. So as I conclude, please get to read more of the materials that you can search on the internet and they can be provided. Thank you very much for this unit and for listening.